Hello again, welcome back. We really appreciate those of you that come by and check us out. If you're just a first-time visitor, we encourage you to, ask a question, leave a comment, give us some feedback, make a suggestion on what you might, want to see for a future segment. For those that have been here before, we really appreciate your continued support. We are attempting to make a place here for those in recovery to come and have a safe place to communicate. We're also hoping to reach out to those that might not be able to get access to the information very easily and supply it for them. So we'd really like to know if there's anything specific that you need. We've been examining the principles behind the 12 steps. We've just begun. Last week we looked at step 1, honesty. And this week we're looking at step 2, open-mindedness. Each one of the steps has a principle on which it is based. And by practicing that principle, you will put your recovery to a higher level. It's a simple program, but it's not easy. Some of these principles are very hard to bring into your life. I know this personally. When I was drinking or using, open-mindedness was not one of my strong suits. My family suffered because I ruled my family with an iron fist. It was my way or the highway. And I would tell people, if I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. The arrogance and single-mindedness of I was right kept me creating chaos in my life for many years. And I still created chaos after I'd stopped drinking. Just stopping drinking is not sobriety. Change and connecting to a community, that's sobriety. When I was early in sobriety, my sponsor would tell me, the mind is like a parachute. It functions best when it's open. I had no concept of what he meant, but through his patience, perseverance, and through God's grace, I slowly began to open up to the possibility that maybe I did not know everything. I came into this program as an egomaniac with an inferiority complex. I had to be right. And it took me many years of sobriety and many years of work to understand where those decisions came from. And they came from my early childhood. But going back and working those is a long way from where we're at. So I just want to stick with the open-mindedness. There's something that I read somewhere, and it goes somewhat like this. There is one concept that will keep man in everlasting ignorance, a barrier against all knowledge. And that concept is contempt prior to investigation. I wouldn't consider anybody's opinion but my own because I was so insecure about who I was. So I wouldn't look at any suggestions that were given to me. But again, through my sponsor's patience, perseverance, and my sheer desperation, knowing that if I drink or I go and use, I'm going to die, slowly I began to open up to the possibility. I would look at things, and my sponsor again urged me to try them for a long enough period so that you can truly say whether they work for you or not. Because I was a great one for trying it once or twice, and if it didn't work, screw it, can't be right. So the concepts of open-mindedness and patience work best together. Try it long enough to see if it will really work for you, and you might be surprised. Give yourself a break and take a chance. Because over the years I found that when I do that, I usually benefit from it greatly. You're going to come across some concepts that you just won't be able to accept. And the recovery program doesn't say you accept everything carte blanche. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. And there are some things that you just will not find usefulness in. That's why we say take what you like and leave the rest. Take what will work for you and leave the rest. And that's a good phrase to keep in your mind when you're trying these things. Ask yourself, how's this working for me? Is it working for me? Is it not working for me? Do I need more direction? At this point, you should be working very, very closely with your sponsor, taking his guidance or her guidance and direction, because they are ones that have gone before if you picked right, and if you followed your heart, you have. I would just like to say that you really, really deserve to give yourself a chance. My sponsor asked me, what do you want to be? Do you want to be right, or do you want to be happy? I choose to be happy, so I no longer always need to be right. I truly hope that these little presentations are doing you some good if you've taken the time to come and watch us here. It is through community, and a strong recovery community, that we are going to create the space for the addicts and alcoholics, problem gamblers, whatever, that come after us, to have the same opportunity to recover that we did. So it is my deep and heartfelt wish that until we meet again, we walk together hand in hand with each other and with our higher power. Bless you, and shalom. And we are going to have to